Good afternoon. Why today I decided I want to take my bike out on a little ride. It may be still cold outside, but at least I don't have to walk and at least I don't have to deal with society, because society, hello. I'm feeling the need to drink some tea because when men piss me off, oh shit, piss me off, I drink some tea and everything is right in the world. And I will be that tea girl. I don't know what the hell that was. Some tea and relax. And it's kind of a challenge because I don't know how far my electric bicycle can go. It's fully charged right now at 100%. I'm going even further this time. Motomachi Chikagai, which is Chinatown in Yokohama. So I'm gonna try and see how far that gets me. I wanna go drink tea. And they're new actually, maybe November they opened. So it's very fresh, nobody knows about it yet. So I'm gonna go before it gets popular and they start pushing up the prices. Once people catch on, prices rise. I'll see you on the other side when my makeup's a mess and I'm windswept. So take a good look at me now. Before, after. Today I'm taking you with me to a spot just next to Chinatown, one of Yokohama's busiest neighbourhoods, but instead of crowds, we're heading somewhere much quieter, Motomachi Shopping District, where tucked down a narrow staircase is a peaceful tea experience. As someone who grew up with UK tea culture, I've always loved how tea brings comfort, but discovering Chinese and Japanese tea traditions has completely changed how I see this simple drink. Tea culture looks so different across countries. In the UK, tea feels comforting and familiar. In China, it's ceremonial and deeply rooted in tradition, and in Japan, it's calm, intentional, almost meditative. Being able to experience all three feelings in one place felt really special. I ordered GABA Dragon Tea. It's a type of GABA-rich oolong tea known for its smooth, mellow taste and potential calming effects. It's often described as slightly sweet or fruity and is enjoyed for both taste and mindfulness. Just when I thought the experience couldn't get any sweeter, she surprised me with a tiny, cute magic show. Where careful brewing and scent appreciation are part of the experience. The lovely lady guiding me taught me how to smell different tea scents, how long to brew the tea leaves, and why timing matters so much. She even explained the history behind the tea leaves. So much care goes into every single cup, and it was an art form and so delicate to watch. I love how tea brings people together across cultures. It's not just a drink, guys. It's connection, storytelling, and slowing down in a busy world. Moments like this is why I love exploring Japan, finding the beauty in the small, quiet experiences. I love it. Success, it's time to go. I gotta beat the traffic back home. There's so many people waiting to get bakeries. It's a very busy time, it's like peak time. So sadly, I'll find a random store, pick up some sweets, treats so I can take back home. I was gonna go to a cafe, but seems like not this week. I don't know why I get so annoyed. I wanted to go outside and have a cute cafe moment, not too far, in Yokohama locally. I don't know if it is like the hours between 2 and 3 are like peak times for mothers, it seems. For people who are just like maybe taking a break from their work or people who are unemployed. Everybody's outside and it's not even a weekend. But then also I'm outside, so I can't complain too much. But I couldn't get to the cafe that I actually really wanted to go to. It was just fully packed. I didn't feel comfortable filming in there. It was one of those small, compact mom and pop cafe. Like if I do film out in public, I like to film with my back to the wall. I don't have anyone in the background. If it was more spread out and a wider cafe, I wouldn't feel that bad and I'd just film anyway. But it was just too... I went to a bakery instead and picked up some sweet treats because I deserve it. It's a Friday, and I made myself some tea out of one of my favorite mugs. I brought this before all the tea was spilt. Okay, thank you. It's actually really uncomfortable to hold. I've decided I'm not really into Basque cheesecake in Japan. Everybody does Basque and it's so freaking lazy. I like baked and she said it's baked and I was like, yes. And I could see some like biscuit base and I was like, absolutely. Carrot cake. Can we get a moment, please? A clap. Now I need a fork. I'm really not prepared today, am I? Tiny weeny fork. Oh, the base is so tough. I feel like cheesecake is supposed to be creamy, not so cheesy. That whacked me in the face. Let's have a little chat time. We haven't had a bento chat, but I think that's because I've been trying to eat really healthy, guys. So I'm so done with being people's therapist. Like, in order to make my life more peaceful and less stressful, I just decided to cut those kind of people out of my life. I haven't got enough time on this earth and no regrets. You know, I've talked about this a lot. Whether I'm in a relationship or not, I don't really air my relationships out anymore. I don't know if that'll ever change in the future. Whenever I am alone and single, it's a lot harder to deal with things because you've literally got no support system. And I do have people I can call to, but I don't have people close enough in proximity, close enough in emotion, like all that combined from there to be there with me. Advice to people who are going to move abroad anywhere. I always say, I don't recommend for you to move to another country if you have mental health issues. It doesn't end there. Whatever problems you have, whatever baggage you have, you will carry it to whatever country. Luckily for me, I never left with any baggage. The only baggage I came with was my literal clothes on my back and in my suitcase. For the most part, been pretty happy. It's just other factors of other people bringing mess, drama into my life. But I will warn you, there can be times where you feel incredibly lonely. On my birthday, traveling, eating out, I'll do it all on my own because as an adult, it's hard to get with everybody all the damn time. And sometimes I don't want to anyway. Like, I just enjoy taking things at my own pace. Unfortunately, sometimes even when I want my friends to be around, they're just busy. They've got their own things going on. So it's much harder in the adult world. And the older you get, the harder it gets until we become freaking pensioners. I don't know. Tell me if you agree. It's harder to meet with friends and like as regularly as you probably like to. Maybe it makes it worse in a country where English isn't the first language. I feel like people all over the world who move to a new country face these issues from time to time. I feel like Japan is kind of starting to acknowledge the loneliness epidemic in Japan. And they've even appointed like a minister of loneliness. That sounds weird, but somebody to deal with people who are like shut-ins, they're in a single person household or they've moved from their hometown to work. I blame a lot of the work culture in Japan for the reason why people feel so lonely because they literally don't have the time. What kind of life is that? I see people killing themselves to work overtime just to look good for appearance, but they're not happy. It's good to work your ass off, but at least if you're gonna work for something that's worth it, you know, for a cause or something that you're passionate about. Sacrificing yourself and dying working or dying unhappy. People take their jobs way too seriously to the point that they sacrifice the chance to find love, to have a family. I think we all need human connection. And I think this kind of work culture is definitely separating us all. It's forming unhealthy habits, an unhealthier society. Get into the carrot cake. I've had this before, so I know it's good. To be honest, I just want the cream cheese on top. The walnut. Even though it's about following the rules and conventions in Japan, I don't think it's a communal place. I think it's very individual in the sense of people keep to themselves. They don't really have communities like that. You have to really seek to find like a club or something. It's a lot harder personally. That could be me, but let me know if you think I'm wrong. Cream cheese on top is so good. Is it lettuce? I don't know why that's there, but it looked cute. They're saying about half of the population are suffering from loneliness in Japan. That's really high. Deletion rates in Japan are lowering for the first time since the 70s. I think in 2025, we were down to like 19,000 people or something like that, and it was like 20,000 or something before. About 15.5 people per 100,000 would delete themselves in Japan, which is still very high. It's actually getting better, which is good. I don't know how they're managing it because I don't see no change in the work ethics. But then again, I don't work for a black company. They call it black. It means a bad Japanese company. Being overworked, underpaid, no time off, bullying, harassment, all that in the workplace. You know, it happens a lot. I feel like there's a lot of suppression of emotions in Japan. And that's often the reason why people feel the pressure so much to the point that they want to self-delete. because they just can't handle it anymore. And I don't think it's healthy to bottle those emotions and feelings inside. And I'm very Western, so when it comes to like partners and friendships, I can't be friends with somebody that's not able to express and articulate their emotions. No, I'm an emotional person, you guys know. So I need somebody who's emotionally intelligent and can understand their emotions, and we can communicate effectively. I'm not trying to be funny, discriminatory. I just wonder sometimes, I really want to ask people who are married to Japanese, especially who are married to Japanese men, do you feel like you can truly express yourself to your husband and you feel like he understands how you feel? Or do you just get by and not really express yourself at all? Because that would be like my worst nightmare. That's changed the way that I've dated in Japan. At first I was like, oh, whatever, it's fine. But then you start to realize, living alone in Japan with no family around, you need that person who you choose to be your number one person to be able to support you. And how can you support someone if you don't understand them? If you don't understand their emotions, how can you understand their character, who they are? That's even if I become like a native Japanese speaker, I still need them to be a native English speaker, because the way that I choose to express myself is in English, and I don't think there's enough words to really truly articulate how I feel in Japanese. And I've had this conversation with my friends a few times. There's only a few words that express how you feel, and I think a lot of it is context based. So depending on the situation, they kind of like have to guess how you're feeling. No, honey, I need the specific word for the specific feeling, for the specific moment. I think English in that sense for emotion is more catering. I prefer the carrot cake for sure. I'm glad I tried the cheesecake though. I've got no more tea. Let me get some juice. It's interesting though, because even though I work with English teachers, and the ones I tend to get on with the most are the ones who also express their true feelings, because I feel like they're real human beings and not just robots and computers that are just like, I'm happy, I love my job, yes, let me do whatever, I am busy, I am doing my best, I am going to stay here and until 9 o'clock. I need somebody that I can just shoot the shit with. You know, we don't have to be besties. That will never happen. My personal life and my working life always separated anyway. You have to keep a certain degree of professionalism, but at the same time, I would like a little bit of injection of honesty now and again, realism, like reality. Complain a little, bitch a little, so I don't feel alone. I love to bitch, man. I don't know about you guys, but I love to bitch. If someone's pissing me off or I'm having a bad day, I'd be like, oh, I'm just so stressed today. I'm so busy. I'm so cold. Da, 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 da. And then keep it moving. I'm still going to do my work regardless. But it just is nice. But in Japan, it's not so much about, you don't really get to vent. There is a teacher that I very much like, and he was in the classroom. He'd just finished teaching. The kids have left the room, and I was just like, oh, let me go bother him, because I don't know why, I just felt an impulse to go and speak to him. And I was up against the door. I was like, hey. I was like, hey, what you doing? And he's like, nothing. And he's like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, I'm just waiting for my next lesson. I was like, oh God, I'm so tired of these tests, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, but we got to do it. And I'm like, yawn, bye bitch. Shut me down real quick. And I'm just thinking, come on, you don't need to be up your ass like that. Like, vent a little to me, share my apathy. I want to feel human again. Venting or asking for support, like just doing it on your own, get it done, do it on your own. You know, don't burden other people. Don't burden other people. It's to another level here. Another thing that I feel that contributes to the loneliness in Japan is the way that they cater to people on their own. Like, I'm happy that I can go to like freaking, what's the ramen place? I can go to that ramen spot. Wow, you can tell I don't eat ramen that much. I can go to a ramen spot. I can sit on a bar counter on my own. Sometimes you can even put up the little panels to like segregate yourself from the rest of the bar counter. So you're just on your own, you're secluded. And I feel like in Japan, they cater to solo dining. And I love that for my privacy. And I love that because I'm an introvert, but at the same time, it's a hindrance because there's no real chance to connect with people naturally. There's a vending machine on literally every corner. So they probably don't even have to go to a convenience store to pick up a drink. You can just go to a vending machine 2 minutes down the road and pick up a drink and never have to see anyone. It's kind of encouraging this behavior, and it's not helping the loneliness in Japan. I feel so thankful that I was born in the UK with the family that I was born with, the school that I went to, the friends that I made. I experienced so much, and I've grown and developed healthily that I am able to communicate effectively, not be fearful of expressing myself when I need to stand up for myself, or when to blend in, read the room. I have the skills because I have been in society for a very long time. To come to a place where it's like, we got to follow the rules, we all got to do the same shit, but at the same time, nobody's really talking to each other. It's like, when it comes to dating, oh, don't get me started. You think it's bad in the world, right? But in Japan, remember, work is like it's one of the most stressful places to work in the world. People have left because the workload is too much. They're like, I'm out of this country, I'm going back home. Left because of the mental health. Getting married, intercultural, interracial, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about from Japanese, native Japanese people, was built upon the foundation of survival, kind of more transactional. The man of the household will be the provider and give the woman money. The woman would control the finances completely, take care of the home, take care of the kids. That's how it used to be. Nowadays, a lot of people are making the choice to be grown unmarried because they don't want the burden of having to provide for the woman. I feel people are making the choice to just be single for longer or not get married at all. It's changing. It's still very traditional here. In your late 20s, a lot of people tend to get married. It is getting a bit later, but still, a lot of people are doing that. It's like the progression in life. People follow the milestones a lot more commonly than in the West. This is in the world, but the women are choosing career more because they've got more power, they've got more opportunity, so they're choosing to pursue their career instead of getting into relationships. And of course, the biggest thing, the economy. People literally can't afford to live, or afford kids, or afford a home, or afford food, and it goes on and on and on. And the men want stability before they make that commitment to a woman, because they know that it's expected of them to provide. So I understand what's happening, but the way that Japan was already set up was not the best anyway. So it's like, people are suffering out here, the world's suffering, but Japan, privacy is a huge thing here also. So people fear like being nosy, being in your business. So people don't really communicate at the workplace. I get it. They don't need to be knowing your business. In fact, I don't like people at the workplace knowing my business. You can know my favorite color, you know what I mean? Like the surface level. Not to mention, online dating is just making everybody lazy. It's so easy to take one look at someone and be like, not my type, bye. Instead of giving them a chance. I think we have too much freedom. Back in the day, it's like you had to go out there, you had to talk to them. People were less picky because they didn't have as much choice. At your fingertips, you can talk to about 1,000 people a day if you wanted to. But back before technology, you had to go outside and try and meet 1,000 people. That is not happening in a day. Our attention spans are getting shorter. Our tolerance is getting shorter. My tolerance is definitely getting shorter. It's a tightrope because I feel like I'm experienced enough to know where the red flags are and to cut them off quickly because of my experiences. I've got a story time for that, but that's another day. But like at the same time, I don't want to be quick to judge somebody just off one thing. Do you know what I mean? You have to understand humans are going to have flaws and faults. So I have to force myself to give people like maybe a second chance. It depends on how bad or how tiny that issue is. You got to know what you can compromise on. Even hikikomori, like being a shut-in, we don't have a word for that. At least in the UK. I guess we'd say recluse, not shut-in. I only learned that word or use that word to translate hikikomori in Japan. You know that they do exist in the world, but here it's such a phenomenon that it's used that much. There seems to be a longing for missed connections, a yearning for nostalgia, anime that just takes you back to the school days, because that's the last time a lot of people were happy. Let's be honest. My happiness extends beyond school, thank God. But a lot of people just want to be back where they had no responsibility, where they had no shitty work life. If you think that you're alone and it's just you, Japan's suffering, the world is suffering. It's very hard. I am not immune to feeling lonely too. It's just I'm very independent as is, and I've been out in the world alone for quite a while now. I go through waves, and I think I'm able to handle it because of my personality and because of my background. I am able to identify, okay, this is not healthy to be inside for too long. I need to go outside and be with people. So I can identify that, you know, whereas other people, I don't think, even if they want to be and connect with other people, they really might not know how, which makes me sad. I don't know what can be done. Have things like capsule hotels one people lonely things, like freaking coffins stacked up on top of each other. It's nuts. So even though I love Japan, I think this place can be pretty sad, and I wonder how many people are truly happy here. And I think the longer you live here, the more these questions come into play. When I came here, I wasn't thinking this deeply. I was like, Japan, Japan, Japan. But like the longer you see things, the more you think, damn, you know, it's just like anywhere else in the world. They've got the issues too, just like anywhere else. Don't take it as an attack on Japan. It's not. It's just, I live here. I'm a part of society. I pay taxes and everything. I hear the news, the politics, and I am also affected by whatever changes happen in Japan. This is my home, so I can speak on it. Thank you very much. These are my feelings and observations. But anyways, guys, hopefully I haven't pissed off too many people. No, are you dealing with loneliness in your country? Have you been hearing other people discuss it, whether it's on social media, people in your life, in work culture, from your country? Are you dealing with that? Have you seen it too? I'd really like to know. It's just been interesting to me. I might want to talk more about mental health with a story time, because people be losing their minds because they don't know how to deal with their emotions. Stay tuned for that. I'll be doing more fun things, and I'm going to be vlogging that, so I will see you very soon. Go outside, talk with people, talk to somebody. Don't be a shut-in. We are human still. We need connection. But yeah, anyways, love you loads and take care of yourselves. And until next time, Fァイト、頑張って, peace and love. Bye.